Hey there, it's Dave Thackeray here. I haven't been around for a while, I've been thinking, and you're now enjoying the results of that thought. It actually started yesterday while I was on air at Coast 1079, and a little bit of a discussion burst into play about selling these days. It's so difficult to sell because most people in selling are so accustomed to old techniques. Very difficult to pull your head out of the sand and start thinking about all of the great opportunities that we have today, as opposed to all of the quite formulaic ways of selling of the past, the direct mail, the formalised catalogues, the face-to-face stuff that we still need today, but it doesn't perhaps dominate in the same way that it once did. That's when I started thinking about 2013 being almost the era of the super seller, because there are thousands of these tremendously empowered, ridiculously clever people who are beyond conversant with the web, beyond understanding how to use it, how to leverage, to quote a very popular US corporate phrase that amounts to nothing but spiel. The social networks, the blogs, the forums, the podcasting, the videos, the workshops, the courses, the Google Hangouts, all of these things in isolation are relatively useless. When you start bringing them together, they turn into this incredibly powerful force to generate interest in the stuff that you've got, the products that you sell, the services that are so important that you provide. And it got me thinking, because I'm right now looking for some new opportunities. A contract that I had for about 3 years ended at the end of last year, and I've since been thinking, well, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I do best, as we all tend to do? And the one thing that people have always told me is, Dave, you would make a fantastic salesman. I've been a journalist, I've been a marketer, so I understand the rules of the road when it comes to taking something from A to B, the seller to the buyer. I started thinking, well, affiliate marketing is such an interesting concept. It gets a very bad rep. People decry it as snake oil, the sort of thing that you sell at fairgrounds, the things that people have no trust for. But we've seen that affiliate marketing can be a really potent force for the seller, for the provider, having their own army of salespeople who they don't directly employ, they pay commissions to, or they may feel so compelled to work with that person that they offer them some form of retainer with a commission-based pay structure on top. I mean, after all, that's how it works in bars and pubs, restaurants, all the way across the US. Here in the UK, we're quite different. We seem to pay a fairly decent wage in the catering and hospitality industry by comparison, though clearly not by comparison to middle management or many of the more highly paid industries here in the UK. So when we talk about the super seller, he or she may well be an affiliate marketer, thinking beyond what the traditionalists would expect, or maybe would even imagine. And just let me give you a quick example here. I'm a huge fan of the camper van, always have been. Owned one. Mum and Dad owned one for years. Absolutely love it. And to tell you the truth, I hate freezing off in a tent. And I love the luxury and the convenience of having your own four wheels and being able to drive to your next place. A new view every morning doesn't necessarily have to be exclusive to cruisers. This is the domain of the motorhomer too, and magazines have sprung up to cater to them. But there isn't really a voice out there online to speak for all of these manufacturers who sell these fine steeds. I wouldn't know where to go if I wanted to get some reviews, get some independent insight into why this matches my need. If I'm in the market for a motorhome, what do? Well, I could go to a show, but it's not there 365 days a year. And when you're faced with all of these models and the vehicles are peering at you from every corner, it can feel a little bit intimidating. So this is one way of leveling the playing field, of having somebody there to speak on your behalf, and ultimately they've got a goal. They want to sell your stuff because they have a living to earn. And so you can almost guarantee that these super sellers are going to have a level of commitment. They're going to be accountable not only to you but to themselves, to their families, because they see this as a career. And affiliate marketing just hasn't taken off in the UK. And I really don't understand why. And I'm hoping that by raising this as a discussion point, not just in the leisure industry, but in all industries, it doesn't matter what you sell, there's always somebody out there who will be your representative, your ambassador, your champion, your outreach worker, somebody who will use technology as well as traditional methods to spread the message, to tell people about how incredible your stuff is, to work with your staff so that they can too be put in the spotlight. Amazing stuff. I wanted to riff on that anyway. There's no script. I tend not to do script. It often gets me in trouble. But that's for the right reasons. It's the passion. You've been listening to Dave Thackeray. I have a home base at davethackray.com. It's the 14th of January 2013, so I am still safe in wishing you a very happy new year. And today I've been talking about super sellers and affiliate marketing. Let's hope it's the future. A toast to that.